With regards to RNG on the other side, I was checking, and it does seem like they have the announcement they made themselves publicly was that they will be continuing with Flyby for the foreseeable future. The question is, we've seen right now that a lot of the big teams, with the exception of PSG LGD, people are sort of demoing new carry players. We have Extreme Gaming that has Lu in the mix, obviously the God King being swapped out now for Flyby. Is this the new kind of wave here, Cryptic, in China, where the way to try and find some degree of success is pair some strong, storied, experienced players with a new up-and-coming carry player? Normally, it's been the mid player who gets that particular billing, but are things changing in that regard here in China?
That's a good question. I think some of it comes down to, like, we have this scenario where, like, a lot of weight on the carry position as opposed to maybe some of the other regions. And so, like, if like they're not having as much success on their team, like they might look to opt to like replace that position more than say, you know, a different role on the team. And I think right now, I mean, they were definitely struggling certain games here and there with God King. So it makes a little bit of sense where they may want to try something new with Flyby, but we'll see how it actually pans out.
It looked like he played a lot safer than God King did.
He does, yeah. And I think that's because, like, you know, coming from like his previous role, he played off lane, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, he was.
So I think for him, he's used to like these initiation roles, like kind of tankier, more durable heroes. Whereas God King, you know, being this kind of like YOLO carry player who just like goes in, does crazy builds on these carries, does fun stuff. And I think RNG might, you know, be like, okay, we want something a little bit more stable. Maybe we'll see how Flyby does, and then kind of go from there. But there's a lot of pressure on carry players just in China in general. And I think that's where probably some of this like swapping of carries comes from.
To buttress your point about the safety in general of Flyby, you know, different to the God King, who has a wide bevy of very interesting and fun heroes to watch. When he was a carry player at the beginning of his career, Flyby played primarily heroes like Wraith King, Juggernaut, Lifestealer. You know, not going to do flashy stuff, but will try and win you the game ultimately, which is what you need and what you want.
Just real quick around the table, what is your top 4 with the current standings, like in order?
I'm so tempted to move Vici in. I mean, Vici just looks so good with Yang. Like, they dealt with Asta pretty damn well. I think I'm tempted to put Vici in there over Asta at the moment. LGD first, Extreme Gaming second, RNG third, and then Vici fourth would be me. What about you, Ricky?
I am going to do the exact same, but I will swap Aster and Vici. I think Aster, they showed some weakness, but I think ultimately I feel like they are the better team. Once they get, you know, into the rest of their games this season, I think they'll probably win the majority of them, if not all of their remaining games, except for the LGD one.
So both of you think that Extreme has the edge over RNG, yeah?
I think so, but that's because I've been a little bit unsure of RNG lately. Like a lot of their series have been pretty good, but some of them were a little shaky.
How did they look with the new player? Better than before or worse?
Like with Flyby?
With Flyby, yeah.
I mean, they looked pretty good with Flyby yesterday.
Because that's the first series they played with Flyby, right?
Yeah.
Because I feel like it should, in theory, bring more consistency to the team, which is something they've been severely lacking.
Yeah.
Because God King was a great player, don't get me wrong, but the inconsistency was something that plagued him and the team as a whole. So I'm wondering if it's like just a massive upgrade or not.